7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? And welcome to another episode of Ladies Discourse. What is happening out there? How is everybody today?
Good. Sammy, thanks for having us.
Thanks for coming. Good to see everyone. And thanks to everyone for joining in. I can see you all there. Serena, where are you? You're coming in now. Hey, Tin Top, D-Base, Alan, Dingo Wolf, Tripad. Thanks for joining us today. And I'm going to get Serena. Oh, it's Raquel and Serena's coming. Hey, Raquel, how you doing?
Hi. Sorry I'm
Hey,
late.
hon.
Thanks for coming in.
Looking
That was
fab.
my fault. I'm so sorry.
Hey
So,
guys, how are you?
I popped in like 2 seconds ago, so hey, I'm like, nope.
That's good.
Thank you all for coming and joining us. And what a wild 24 hours. Did anyone manage to get to listen to Buck Fiat space last night?
No.
I listened to the first 5 minutes.
I get overwhelmed. Hello everyone. Thank you for being here. I know there's a lot
Oh
of
my God,
for
it's
everybody in the chat.
Huh?
You know what? No, it's too much. It's too much. Too many hours. Too much.
You look great.
Sorry.
Look beautiful.
You do, Barbie. You look stunning.
Barbie, I'm ready, guys. Are we ready, guys, out there? Are we ready?
I'm ready.
Ready.
So, anyway, I'll tell you about what I did last night. I stayed up till about 1:30 this morning, listening to Buck Fiat, and I think there was over 700 people in the space listening. And basically, Buck and Dylan talked for possibly around about half an hour, 45 minutes. And basically, they did bring up some good questions on basically where is Richard Hart, why isn't he streaming, and things like that. So basically, he wanted to address the elephant in the room, and he really did. He raised a lot of good questions. And then they also had people come up and also ask questions. I just wanted to ask, have you ladies personally witnessed? I mean, we know Richard Hart's around. We know he's on Twitter. We know when Hex came out, he was actively promoting it. He was streaming. And now there's all these people in the community and other influencers that want to speak to Richard and get him on the show and, promote Pulsechain, talk about Pulsechain, but he seems that he's not actually able to be communicated with. And that's another thing Buck Fiat brought up, that a lot of people in the space who had a good relationship with Richard haven't heard from him. What are your thoughts on it?
I think that I'll be very quick with my answer because I want to hear from you, lovely ladies. I've got like a 2-year-old in nappies, right? And everyone like going around, oh, where's Richard? Where is he? It's like, just lie down and I'll change your nappy, hun. I got the nappies. I got them.
So true.
I think it's like a sense of entitlement. Like, you're not entitled to Richard's time or energy or anything like that. Like, people think that's like, oh, Richard needs to be doing this. Richard, like, no, he already did create everything and put it out there for everybody. Do you really need so much more?
Yeah, absolutely.
And maybe he's just off having a good time living his life, and he should do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I absolutely agree. He may have something going on. He may have, wanted a break after Pulsechain. He's working hard for 2 years. And I know that there was other things that he wanted to get right as well. And I think there was such pressure for Richard to bring out Pulsechain that he was in a little bit of a rush in the end. And he was like, there you go. There it is. Go and deal with it. Do what you want. He's always encouraging people to build on it and do stuff. But I'm going to, have a break. Another point that Buck brought up was that he might be wanting to FUD people out. So the people that, he might be able. He might be FUDding out weekends, and that's also a good point.
I have a lot to say about that, but I'm going to let the ladies, please, Miriam and Hoptrail, go first.
All right, I'll go for it. I think there's a strategy involved, and I'm not sure, but this is kind of just bro science, I guess. But I kind of look at the ink token, and I'm sort of making this up. And I'm like, well, what's happening with that? Is there a crazy pump with that? Are you trying to do anything with that? Because I know that's supposed to be the incentive token for the Pulsechain, whether or not there's single-sided staking for PulseX, whatever. That's one indication. And he hasn't streamed. He has this humility thing, which is sort of boring on purpose. And I'm fully convinced that it's a strategic move. And I can't really pick his brain beyond that, but the whole thing this is built on is rewarding people with patience and loyalty to their specific token, not trying to trade hands, whatnot. There are a few things that make me think that perhaps it is just a strategy to, like you said, Sammy, take out the weak hands. I don't think it's as SEC as people think.
Yeah. And that was another point that was brought up about the SEC side. Now, we all know that the SEC is going after GFI. They don't care who they hurt or what stands in their way. They're going after GFI. And yeah, it's a good point. And if I was Richard and he's been advised to stay away, then that's another possibility. We're not going to outrule that. I mean, whatever he's got going on, that's fine. That's cool. But Buck was sort of also saying that he could be exiting, which I don't believe it's so. Anyway, B Roots jumped on and he had a really good point. And he basically brought up that Buck was using it as a marketing opportunity for his own brand. So Fiat, Famous, Fox. And, the dude's built a lot of stuff on Pulsechain, and that's fantastic. Good for Buck. That's awesome. However, it did sound like there was a lot of Buck was sort of saying Richard's never going to come back or could never come back, stuff like that, which I found it really hard to swallow listening to that because I know that Buck Fair is a fudster and he's butted Hex since the beginning, and any opportunity he gets, he seems to bud Richard hard and Pulsechain. And if you've heard him in Spaces, he just brings it down. He wants to be the better dude. He wants to be, the man of the time. He wants to be the new leader, and that's what I saw in the state.
I have so much to say. Miriam, do you want to go first?
Sorry, Sammy, do you want to just mute when you're not speaking, hun? There's just some feedback coming through your mic.
I think it's someone else, but I can see the feedback too.
It's gone now.
Yeah, it's gone now.
Hotgirl or Sammy?
Maybe.
Still happening?
Is it me?
Yeah.
Ah!
Let me try.
No, it's not you. Let's see who it is.
No. Oh, there, it's gone now, right?
Maybe when we're not speaking, we'll all just mute.
Yeah, cool. That's a good idea.
It's gone now.
Go ahead.
Thank God.
I think it was my fan, guys.
Hey, we found it. Oh, thank God. I was like, bloody Dawes, what has he done with my
I'm
setup?
human,
This is
guys.
really
I'm
good, but today's
human.
fucked it. Oh.
I'm sorry. I have fans. I have
Concentrate now.
feathers, so I want the feathers to
The
fly.
feathers look beautiful blowing in the wind, though.
Feathers. Bobby. I'm Bobby. I like my
thank God I
glasses,
can
Harvey.
concentrate.
I'm
What are we talking
dying to
about?
speak. Miriam, go for it because I have so much to say. I don't want to cut anyone, so go for it, girl. What do you think?
Mine would be very quick. I actually agree with Hot Pro. Like, I think it's very strategic as to, I think, what Richard is doing. I personally think he will stream eventually once, like, the whole, like, when the movie is out, once everyone starts kind of, like, I guess getting, like, all the weekends get out and stuff. But I don't really, like, it's kind of hard to tell with him because he's so active on Twitter, but it's like, will he even stream, right? I mean, if he does, that's amazing. If he doesn't, it's whatever. As long as he's still, as long as we know he's alive, right? But I definitely think it's a strategy that he's doing. Like, I don't know what it is, but it's definitely something. So I definitely agree with what Hot Pro was saying.
Wonderful. Oh, well, where do I start? Hey, oh well, first let me introduce Miss
Hi,
Serena
Serena.
Lonzi, the queen. She's here.
Hey.
Hi, Serena.
Hi.
Serena, how are you?
How you doing,
Everybody.
Serena?
I'm good. How about you guys?
Doing good. Talking
Good.
Can you hear
about our
me?
favorite subject. We're talking about Richard. So you're right on time.
Nice. Perfect.
Well,
Are you going to
I
announce
don't.
your wedding?
No, not yet. I have so many questions for the producers or directors of the show.
Derby
Kind of
today.
like. Anyway, but my questions are coming. But we were talking about Richard and everything that has been going on social media, everything that they're talking on the spaces, the hours and hours and hours of where's Richard. I'm ready to do a cereal box, guys. Like, where's Waldo? We're gonna do the same as where's Richard. Remember when Richard Hart did the last time? The last time we saw Richard Hart was at the Maddie Allen convention. I don't know what's it's called. Hex Pulsechain, the Hexpo, the
Probably
Hexpo.
PulseCon.
Yeah, no, Hexpo, the one that was from
Oh.
Miami. And
Yeah.
Richard opened, I think, with this phrase: "What else do you want from me?" He has nothing to talk. Number one, the more that we don't see Richard Hart, the more we want him. As simple as that. The same thing that he knows how to do with coins, I am sure he's doing it with himself. The scarcity one creates what demand or something like that. I don't know how it goes, like the actual words that they use, but he's been for many, many years saying Satoshi abandoned the project. Satoshi's not here. So do you think that Richard Hart, as original as he is going to be doing the same? I don't think so. And if he does, good for you, Richard. I am grateful because I am here. I found out about crypto and the future of money, of finances, thanks to you and the product that you came. So if you don't want to come back, I understand. I will not be happy. I'm sure people are going to get really upset, but you build it. And it's up to us, the community, to build it up or make it bigger. And that's what we're doing. We're dividing, we're fighting, we're talking about. I was just listening to one of the spaces. Yes, because we have to go to the outside to the communities. A lot of us are doing that every single day. But if I tell them, guys, come to my house, let me show you what we built. And all of a sudden, at home, there's mom, dad, my brothers, my sisters arguing. That's not a good thing to invite people to. So I think we should definitely, no matter what happened outside, we have to stick together. We have to remember what we believed in from the beginning, and we have to continue building no matter what we do. Here's an example. We have like amazing ladies of Hex, ladies of Discourse, every single month putting this together. Class does her streams every Friday. April is there. Raquel, Miriam is doing an amazing project. We have Serena Lonzi that doesn't have to be here, but she is. So this is what we have to value. Forget about all the drama. Yes, there's a lot of dramas, but don't ever forget why you came here in the first time, on the first place. That's all I'm saying. I think Richard Hart knows what he's doing better than all of us. He knows about finances better than all of us because the one that has more money, I hope, is him. And the one who did a better business was him. So he knows a little bit about what he's doing. That's all I want to say. Richard, just take a break. We're okay. We're gonna be here when you come back. If you come back, if not, we're gonna be here to move on with your legacy.
That's some good points, Georgia. And we should just let him be and be respectful to whatever he's doing and let him live his life. I don't believe it's next.
Just don't get married. Don't get married, please.
Yeah, don't get married.
He's yours.
Does anyone else want to comment on that? Otherwise, we're going to move forward because we've got some exciting stuff to talk about. No? Cool.
I'll just agree with what Hodpril said. Like, I think there's more strategy than people realize. And I got a little clue from the directors of the highest of stakes because everybody keeps asking them the question, right? And he said, it would be a breach of confidentiality for me to share. And he's mentioned the word timing. So like putting two and two together, like Richard has always said, this was well over a year ago, that he didn't want people to watch the documentary and for the price of Hex to be high. Like he wanted it to be fair for people that don't know about Hex yet. And he's always been incredibly good about bringing in new people to our space, which is crucial, right? Once everyone that's already in is maxed out on what they're going to put in, the price is not going to go anywhere, is it? So the adoption part of it is crucial to its success later. So obviously, like, to give people a chance to see the documentary and to get hopefully Netflix to stream it and get millions of people to watch it. So there may be, yeah, I'm with Hodpro. I think there, and I think Miriam said the same sentiment. I think there's some timing involved.
That's absolutely awesome point you've made, Claz. And that is perfect timing, you know. And he's also said on stream that it's going to be 2 years, perfect time to launch a new chain is 2 years from the top. You know, he wants it to build up. He wants to shake weekends out, but particularly what he said and the things you're putting together are basically putting pieces of a puzzle to a little story. So, you know, this is coordinated with the launch of the movie, and then everyone gets in at a fair price, and you know, then to the moon. So I just wanted to quickly say the prices. So we've got Pulsechain at 403310. Hex on Pulse 0.020. Wrap Pulse is 301045. Ink is at 572. And I can't see the other hex price here. Oh, eHex 0.009. So did everyone see Elon Musk's tweet, which is the second one he's done about being fond of hex? And all right, let's put it into perspective. We know that he's a businessman, and with his work in SpaceX and things like that, he uses the hexadecimal in many of his work aspects. But he knows it drives us Hexicans crazy when he tweets that out.
He did. It's not the first time you said. The first time that he said something about Hex was in 2018, guys. 2018. So think about it. The logo, the new logo, the X logo looks very similar to the Pulse X logo. And he's a smart guy. He's a very smart guy. So smart guys will not miss this opportunity.
He knows about Richard. He knows because remember that space with Mario where he got ousted and then the entire 5 hours after that was just a Mexican fiasco. Just they were constantly tagging Elon over and over and over again, and everyone else is just kissing his butt. Oh, Elon, I love
Yeah,
like, how do you talk to Richard? Richard Hart. Oh, so whether or not he's doing this on purpose, which it's a stretch, but he knows who Richard is, and he knows that it's Hex, and he knows about Pulsechain. I guarantee it he does.
100%.
One more thing, you know what, guys? When you tweet out something, just tag Richard Hart, just mention him, something. I see a lot of the community members not even like doing his tagging his name or doing a hashtag. I do it everything Hex. I do a lot more. I do too many, I think, sometimes. But the other Hexicans, I don't care what kind of comment I put. I always add Richard Hart. Good morning, Richard Hart, Hex, Pulsechain, things like that, because that goes into, I believe that has to help the algorithm. We have to
does.
Someone who does that. So no one's doing it. Go and check the Twitter Spaces. I think there's only like maybe me and some other ladies doing it. The guys are not doing it.
But we're in a bear market too. So don't forget, crypto Twitter is very quiet. You'll see it bulk up as soon as the Bitcoin price starts going up. You'll see people come back in, and when the movie launches. And the last thing I'll say about Elon Musk, if you've ever gone on TikTok and you've watched TikTok, I've seen people analyze Elon Musk's tweet for code words about crypto. And basically one of them was monkeys. Okay, so Elon Musk has a private group or a public group called Monkeys on the side of his Twitter. So people thought that he was indicating something about a monkey coin. So they all went and bought this coin that went up. So people actually analyze what he says, and to me, Elon has got a lot to do with the crypto space. He knows on X, Twitter, that a majority of that is crypto Twitter, crypto X now. And you know, he has a lot of influence in the space. So even though we know technically he wasn't saying he loved X, but he was kind of asking for the fame and all those comments and the love bombing. And he also he's going to turn this into the a global financial payment system that's going to be massive. And this week also Elon became he re-won the title of the world's wealthiest man. So this man knows what he's doing, you know. All right. So the documentary is coming out in what, 2 or 3 days or 3 or 4 days? It's the 3rd of August.
Mhm. It's crazy. August 3rd will be the premiere in Miami, and that's going to be a fun place to be at. And then August 4th, 5th, 6th, and some markets are going to be showing the highest of stakes. So it's going to be amazing. I'm sure a lot of at least here in LA, all three shows are sold out. And I promise I only have several seats. But hi, Black Hex again. Hey, Casey.
Hey, Black Mexican, what's
Hey.
happening?
Hey.
Hey, hon.
Hey guys, how's it going? I had no camera, but Sammy invited me, so I said, why
Yeah,
not?
Yay.
thanks for coming. How's
Camera.
everything going over there on the tour?
Oh man, everything is going great. I mean, I'm having an amazing time. Of course, it's bear market, so if I was to compare it to like the Hex tour, it's definitely not attended as highly, but the engagement is there. And to see all the different content creators come out, like we just left Chicago, we had Crypto Coffee, Axis Alive, Johnny Chaos, Maddie. Everybody is showing up to do their part to really help onboard and really be accessible to the community. So I'm excited for the future.
That's
I know it'll
fantastic.
pick up.
It's going to be good.
Yeah.
And are you having lots of parties and stuff like that behind the scenes that we're missing out on?
Not so many parties. This tour we're really focused. We are really just trying to get the job done. As opposed to the Hex tour where you saw a lot of a lot of hangout sessions and whatnot. So no, it's not really intense with the parties, but it's still a good vibe.
That's awesome. That's
Is that
awesome.
my sound that's wrecked like that?
Oh no, everyone mute. Everyone mute.
It might be me. I'm not sure. Is it
I,
is it
I don't
good?
know.
Are we
I think
good?
we're good. We're good. And
Seems
how's
like it.
SJ Wild going in the Pulsechain bus?
Oh man, I got to give so much kudos to SJ for being out there on the road like she is. I don't think people really understand how difficult it is to drive that bus. That's like a trucker's job, right? Like it's diesel, it is heavy, it is work. But it is so important. I mean, she's essentially a mobile billboard. The way that people will, honk their horns at her, they'll come up to her at a gas station and be like, "What is this? What is this all about?" And then we have DJ Pauly and some. I don't know if you guys have seen their new raps, but now we have the whole RH ecosystem, right? Her bus looks like Pulsechain, Pauly's van looks like PulseX, Some's van looks like Hex. So now we got the whole ecosystem, and it looks so cool when they are all together. So it's great. Like I think it was I think it was Walrus I was listening to in the space earlier today that was talking about the importance of people just seeing something more than one time, regardless of if they interact with it on that first time. You see it one time on this bus, right? And then you see this movie premiere, you see a billboard of it coming out, and then you get on YouTube and then you see how big the community is. It's those several factors that make people want to engage, not just one point of contact. So, as far as
Yeah,
I'm concerned, we're kicking ass.
that's awesome. That's awesome. And I hear that there's been some shows sold out with some. We got RG3, Freddie Quotes. So they sold, and Big K also sold out the premieres in their towns of the movie coming out.
Yeah, a few more than that too. We sold out Vegas. That's where I'll be for the premiere. So we got both Friday night and Saturday night sold out. So they added the six. A lot of people don't realize that if you go to your city and you see that it's sold out for those first two nights, more than likely they've added the 6th or the 12th. So look at more dates to see if it's available on another night.
Well, that's amazing. And welcome, Rose. Thanks for joining us. Good to see you, beautiful lady.
Uh-huh.
Long time no see. What's been happening?
Oh, not much. I mean a lot. What's not happening, right? Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just listening just now and hope I didn't interrupt listening about the tour and um yeah, I just applaud them all so much. Like it's phenomenal work to take that on.
Yeah.
You know, just a complete full-time job. 100%. It's more than a full-time job.
Absolutely. I know, right? And that big bus, oh my God. And it's always needs something breaking down and doing stuff. So we've got a few sold out shows, which is fantastic. New shows are being made, which is also fantastic. I know there's a competition, everyone. So if you're in the States, they are giving away a couple of free tickets to the show. Now, also, our friend Somi tweeted out they also did a community donation to to raise $5,000 to get the highest stakes on World Star. Does anyone know what World Star is?
Yes. 100%. It's not as popular today as it once was. I don't know if you guys have heard of like Shade Room, but essentially it's like a blog for um, controversial like fights, music videos, like things that
Just like
really,
TikTok. Just like
yeah,
TikTok.
yeah, things that really pique people's interest, but typically they're more on the like raunchy side of things. Like World Star really got famous from showing fights, right? Like club fights and different things like that. And I
Come on,
know that
guys.
they, tons of followers. I want to say something like 41 million or something like that. So I see what Westcott is trying to accomplish. Whether or not it will work, we don't know, right? But it's another point of contact. It's another place, and it's hitting an audience that we will probably never get otherwise. So whether or not they interact with it, we don't know, but at least it's hitting a new audience.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we've got the sold out shows on the 4th and 5th include all the Regal cinemas in Miami, Chicago, Austin, Washington, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, New York City, Corona, Dublin, Tampa, and Orlando. So amazing effort by the whole community regarding, and I can't wait to see it. I'm so excited about it.
Yeah, and I don't
We
know
all
if you
are.
guys heard, but because of how successful the tickets have been going, they have actually gave the highest stakes guys contact with their international distributor for Regal. So,
Yes.
that's a great possibility that we'll be able to get in Europe, maybe Australia or some other places. So we just
Nice.
keep on buying up these tickets, in the States. And I'm really optimistic that you guys will be able to see it really soon.
Hope
Sweet.
so.
So there will
Promo.
not.
Start
There will
that.
be. There will be no need for me to go with my phone and do a live. Guys. Are
Live
you here
stream.
at the premiere? I'm not gonna do it. Don't worry. I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
Lola just looking at the camera and looking at the.
I know. It's like, no, Lola.
It wasn't me, it was
doing-
Lola.
It was Lola. Lola has her seat, guys. We have the entire
Yes.
row reserved for my family and some of the people that I invited. But now my daughter said, I want to go to see the highest of stakes. Are you
Awesome.
kidding me? that's the ultimate goal for me and my family, for my kids to really understand, number one, who what the Mexican community is all about, the money that they're going to hopefully get in the future, or whatever mommy's doing now for their future. So that interest, that spark the interest, and if that the highest of stakes does that with the kids, I think that's fantastic. Not kids, with everyone,
And
but
they can also
especially
see
with
their
kids.
future stepdad too.
Yes. They call it Uncle Richard.
I
Uncle
hope he's,
Richard.
I hope he's good with his stepchildren.
What?
I said, I hope he's good to his stepchildren.
You see, maybe. I don't need to bring the kids, Richard. Don't think, just weekends will do for me. I can see you once a month, maybe just, I don't know, holidays. That's all I need. Don't worry about it. Don't listen to the girls. You're going to scare him, girls. You're going to scare him away from me.
Isn't he going to make a video on the 3rd? I thought I saw something like that on Twitter, like the highest of stakes.
They're gonna
people.
release. They're gonna release before on Twitter. They're gonna release. I guess he's releasing a video. Like, when you win I assume, I don't know. The producers will be here hopefully later on. Maybe it's like when they win the Oscars. I am not. Richard Hart is not here to accept. The highest of stakes opening night. But here's a message. So, hi, this is Richard Hart. Blah blah blah. So I think it's gonna be like that, with more class, looking a lot more beautiful. So, what are you gonna wear? You know what, guys? I've heard one of the ladies is going to the premiere, and that is Nerd Girl. She's gonna be at the premiere, being one of the um ambassador. I don't know what the name they give them. They're gonna be presenters or ambassadors or something like that. But she was shopping for dresses the other day, and I'm sure. Are they gonna use like the? I hope they use at least the bedazzled shirts that Suzanne does. The shiny ones. Come on, guys! This is a premiere. I want to see all the Hexicans like dress to the nines, please. Time to shine. If not, the Europeans are gonna take that away from you. Look how the way they went.
It could affect whether we get it in Australia. So if there's a choice between dressing like a bum and being comfortable, or thinking that, I might be a bit overdressed, please go towards the overdressed, because you don't want the whole world thinking we're brokies, okay?
Yes.
So
no top hats, please.
We're already
no
doing
top hats. We need to be
collections.
able to see over the heads.
That's right. We already doing collections of GoFundMe. That's not gonna be like what the documentary is all about. So please dress to the nines and take a lot of pictures. You guys are very, very handsome and beautiful ladies out there. So
I can't wear my hot dog costume?
thank you. Yes, you can. Well, make sure you put that like bedazzle or something shiny on top. Wear feathers like I do. Something, wear
Something with
high
hex.
heels. High heels. Yes, something with hex.
Can I just say a big thank you to Far Out Aliens for your huge, generous super chat, the 5555. Thank you so much. It does help the channel. And big thanks for Discourse Syndicate, who will use those funds. RG3's been busy on the tour and doing heaps of stuff in the community, as well as all the others, as we've mentioned today. We've also got a meetup coming in October out here in Australia, which is going to be a lot of fun. It's just a 3-day meetup. So we've been busy organising that with huge help from Darb Cuda and other Hexicans. DJ Creditas, who was in the chat today. How you going, mate? So that's going to be a lot of fun. And I think that's just going to be the beginning. We've got so much to look forward to, especially with the movie. I mean, the movie may not touch the sides. We don't know what's going to happen. But, I mean, I think the popularity will come as once it's been through the movies, and then you'll see it on YouTube. You might see it on Netflix or something like that, and then you'll see a lot more people show interest. That's just a thought. What do you ladies think?
Sammy, since you mentioned Netflix, did any of you ladies fill out that form to what was it called? It was to get the documentary on Netflix.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
And we
someone maybe can put it in the chat. Listening would be good. The link, it takes 2 seconds to fill out the form. So if someone in the chat can just link it, that would be great.
I was wondering, are we supposed to log in for that? Because after I sent my submission and then I read, we don't have to log in, right?
No.
No.
It's
No,
just
it's
like
anonymous.
you just do a suggestion. You do three, I believe it's three options that you ask for a title. I put all the highest of stakes. I put all three the highest of stakes and just submit. That's all you do. That's all you do. It's very simple, very, very simple. And it's a brilliant idea. So whomever came out with that, good job. I think it was Hexlina, right? I think she was the one that suggested that.
I don't know, but I saw it in the tour
That's
challenge
bomb.
Telegram first of all. Then I just shared the shit out of it, and I got a
Mhm.
really good response. So I'm going to put it in the chat now, and that's a link. You don't have to share any personal details. We just put all three responses as the highest of stakes. So yeah,
And you can
check.
change your VPN and do it as many times as you want. Trust me, I've done it.
Nice.
There's
Sorry.
no rules, guys. I'm gonna go for it. Hey, I'm gonna. There's no rules.
It's
Yeah,
like
it's all
Kevin Mitnick of the blockchain, just hacking your way through all of this.
Did you hear about that 9-year-old who hacked the bank and gave his father like $270 billion or something like that?
No.
I don't know. It was I saw it I saw it on I don't know if it was Facebook or one of or Twitter, but this young kid was hacked a bank and sent his father on the account, like I don't know how $275 billion or $1 million, something like that. But I want my kids to go to the same school. I want my kids to hang out with that guy because wow, we need him as a Hexican, guys. Hex kids, you're welcome, baby. Just come. Just come with us and we'll make you an official Hexican. You can play however, you can do whatever you want. It'll be fun.
I'm sure after the movie comes out, we'll see this information out a lot. A lot of people saying to go do this. But another thing that we should do is go and review the movie after it comes out.
Mhm.
I don't want to fuck up those letters, but it's like ID. I don't know, but it's like
IMDb?
IDM something. It's
Oh.
like 4 letters. You know what I'm talking about, Clyde?
IMDb, yep.
Yes. And if we go and
Yeah,
review
IMDb, yeah.
on there, then that will also help us get picked up on streaming platforms. So
Awesome.
that's gonna be huge for us too.
And maybe you could share that out when you do have the time. Blackhead's going to know that you are really busy, but if you want to, if you Google it and even share it out, and we can all
Yeah.
share it out.
Once the
We have
movie
so
comes
many,
out, I'm sure we'll
so
be
many
sharing it
ideas.
like crazy.
So many ideas. Go to your news, local news stations. The morning news, they do have a Twitter space. They have a Facebook. They have pages, social media. Just put a comment as a listener, as a viewer, and I say, "Oh, this weekend I went to see da 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 da. It was amazing. You should go check it out." Maybe they don't say it on the air, but whomever it's on the spaces with them online, they will say, "Oh my God, it was a great movie. I'm gonna go check it out." So there's many things we can do. So
I had a little bit of insider info from the actual location.
Oh.
I don't know if this affects how this could work out in any way, but the Netflix headquarters is inundated with the writers' strike protesters. There was about 20 of them there the other day.
yeah,
They're on
writers and
campus.
actors, writers and
Yeah,
actors.
so
They're both in strike.
I don't know how that could strategically help the chances of something that has already been made to have to stream
Yeah, they
something.
should be looking for some more content.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, exactly. So maybe that's tertiary and it doesn't make a difference, but just wanted to throw that out there that it's actually happening at Netflix headquarters.
Yeah, we
and
could
has been
like
for the
go
last
along
few
there with
days.
like hex like billboards, right? And pretend that we are like heaps of people
Supporting
come,
the
right?
union.
And they think the protest is getting worse. And they're like, oh my God, I'm a bad like CEO and the protest is getting so much worse. But really it's just a bunch of Hexicans trying to get the highest of stakes to live stream.
Just go
So I'd be
behind
like,
the cameraman.
I'd be like,
Go behind the
shut off.
reporter. Stand behind the reporter.
They-
We're like, just like that. And we'll get the attention.
yeah. They start off mortified and then they're like, oh, it's just the Hexicans.
And
Here they go again.
price? How's everyone feeling about price? Is everyone buying? Is anyone LPing and farming? how's everyone feeling about the price? We've been out for 70 odd days now. And what I did want to say about the price is that Hextina did put out a good tweet, and he said about the buy and burn function. So what he said is if we exclude the OA, Pulse has burned 0.894% of its supply within 2.5 months. Pulsex has burned 1.25% of its supply. Now that's excluding the OA. So to me, those figures are crazy, really.
Mhm.
Where we did see actually the market go up when Bitcoin did pump. I think the news on the Ripple success and also the BlackRock ETF pushed the price of Bitcoin up. We also saw around the same time it pushed the market up in the Pulsechain ecosystem, which was amazing. I know I'm still buying. I mean, there's still the great opportunities, and this is my personal decision. That's not financial advice to anyone, but I'm continuing to dollar cost averaging in, setting myself up for the bull market. That will be here before you know it. We're only we're less than 12 months away from the Bitcoin halving now. And then, we're looking from then on, the only way is up. So,
Yeah.
what's everyone else doing?
I think what I've done just for my own wellness is not to really look that much at my wallets anymore. I really don't have the need unless I'm buying. So I think to DCA in when you can, which reminds me I have to do my tax return, which I avoid every year. But it's still a good. It's not financial advice, but that's what I'm doing. So I don't feel the need to. Like the less I press the buttons, the more I'm working on my patience, and I think I've made some good ground there. Don't need to check it every day. Like you really don't have to. So unless you're putting money in, like you can also enjoy your life as well. Don't need to just like FUD on Twitter. You can say positive things on Twitter. You can also like share some of your hobbies on Twitter and link that back to Hex and Pulsechain. Because like Doz did a space the other day, and it was about black holes, which I thought was like hilarious, and I made heaps of black hole jokes beforehand, so I didn't really help him with his prep. But but like you just don't know who's out there in the community and what their interests are. And it is a way of people relating to you in other, if they can relate to you in other aspects of your life, it does bring them in. So I probably will be sidestepping into probably tweets or videos about my hobbies, just so that I can, you never know who you can draw in, who might relate to you and want to learn about crypto. So that's what I'll be doing.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I'm doing a lot of streams now. I'm more active at least once or twice a week. I have started very, very aggressive on, with the promotion and bringing people in with the Spanish community as well as the NFT community. And I'm telling you, just like they were saying in one of the spaces, we need to make them feel welcome. And I know that it's a huge community. They need the support. They need to know that they need to be aware. A lot of the people didn't even know that Pulse Chain existed. So I think we should go out there, spread the word, spread the love, and invite them to come into our house. So that's what I've been doing. And also, we have the Lighthouse. That is a space, a Twitter space that I do every Saturday around 1 p.m., 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And that is just like a place for everyone to come. If you're lost, if you're lonely, if you want to share something important that it's for you with us, need some advice, if you have no expectations, whatever it is, crypto, NFTs, anything, life, cooking, we're there just to hang around, just friends at the lighthouse. So don't
Yeah,
forget.
that's awesome. That's awesome, George. I did see that you did a stream with Identity Block, and how
Yes.
was that? Did
It
you
was
enjoy?
I absolutely love. I think Identity Blog is one of the most knowledgeable Hexicans. He has so much passion, and I think we are like the yin and the yang, the positive, the negative. It's someone that has been in the community for a long time, and he has a lot of inside knowledge that I don't have. So I have a lot of questions to ask, and why not ask one of the people who's there all the time? He was already streaming. We're doing a lot of things in Spanish too. His Spanish is absolutely fantastic. So I think the community deserves the best. If we're going to be there spreading the word, At least I do every time that I surround myself with someone, it has to be the best of the best. You ladies are the best of the best. And the guys, for example, Identity Blog, Rolando Cryptos, and everyone else, I'm going to do something with Lit, hopefully. It has to be the best because that's what the community deserves.
Absolutely. That's very well said. Serena Alonzi, you've been a little bit quiet today. You're looking gorgeous down there.
I love the blue. I like the blue background,
The youngest
Serena.
one in girls. The youngest one in girls. What's been happening, Serena? What are you doing in crypto? Tell me. Tell me.
What am I doing in crypto? Not much other than being staked and yeah, I don't know.
Still doing your ICOSA and Hedron staking?
Oh, yes, that too, of course. I love Hedron and Icosa. They're like the best. So, you know.
It's amazing.
I like the Watsas too.
Those are good.
Don't forget to compound that ICOSA stake, guys. If you were one of
Right?
those 180 days,
Which,
you might want to check and see what you got and restake it if you want.
I do.
yeah.
I do all the time.
Speaking of that, sorry. Go
I
ahead.
was going to ask Hot Pro a question about that. Do you find yourself maxing out so that you don't have to go more days? Or do you just
No,
do the max and then you
because
just do the 180 days or whatever?
here's what, and Alex is a fantastic dev, but there was a bug with the bonus, which is fine. But what that means is normally when you would stake for a long period of time, you would get more of a bonus, right? And it had to do with the amount of ICOSA you were, I think it might have been Heater too, yeah, that you were staking. But the bonus didn't pay out. So what that actually does is it impedes your ability to compound quickly, right? So the best way to do this mathematically would be to do the maximum. I think the minimum was 30 days, if I believe correctly. I forgot. Yeah, I forgot how much, and it might actually be variable due to the pool, but
depends how much you have. So you could do for like the 90, right? Because if you do 180, like you said, you don't get that bonus. So
yeah. So what you do is you do the smallest amount that, or the stake the most ICOSA in each wallet that you can without that time limit going over 30 days, and then keep compounding those. And technically, you're compounding more quickly because if you don't have that bonus, it's not worth it to do the long stake.
So that's what I found myself doing. That I maxed out at 90 days, whatever that max is, however many ICOSA it is to get that 90-day stake.
I think it was 250 ICOSAs for that.
Yeah, and then once it goes over the 90-day, then I start a new wallet and a new stake.
Yeah,
but I don't know if that's the best strategy. It's just I don't want to be tied to 180. I don't really have a problem with the 3 months.
I mean, it depends on if you just want to max it, right? Like you don't.
Yeah.
As long as you're going up, you don't have to do the maximum, most mathematically valuable thing all the time if it's more of a pain. But technically, if you compound every 30 days, you would get more after a while.
Danny,
the gas fee, depends on Ethereum or Pulse too, right? Due to the gas. That's true.
Danny boy reckons that it's the 90 days which you're gonna get a better yield. But
would that just be true on the ETH? Maybe Pulsechain would be cheaper for the 30.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think it's 500 times cheaper than Ethereum at the moment. I'm pretty sure Richard tweeted.
That's so awesome,
isn't it? And there's so many new dexes coming out on Pulsechain. Well, we've got Fux, which you can provide liquidity and farm. We've got Easy Swap, which you can farm on that as well. There's also Daytona, which I haven't been. I don't really know a lot about, but I know you can farm on that one as well. Does anyone know of any other dexes that have come out on Pulse?
9-inch, I think.
9-inch. Yeah.
Is it out?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I always think, and this is just a personal viewpoint,
2 more weeks.
2 more weeks. if you and this might be me getting lazy, right? But if you spread your eggs into different places with the intention of bringing those eggs back to home, right? This is very Mother Goose of me. I can't believe I'm using this analogy. I'm so terrible with analogies. Your initial intention might be to spread the eggs and then bring them home to Mother Goose. But if you spread too far, you might get a little bit distracted on the way, and the egg, it starts just whirling around a different ecosystem, and you trade yourself into oblivion where you've sent it. So I can see the value in using secondary projects to feed your primary, and by primary I mean Richard Hart products. But I would just be wary of how many places are you spreading your eggs, basically.
Yeah, gotcha. And there's a good Telegram group called Pulsechain Police that actually look over these dexes, and will give a full report. They look over any audits that have been done, and things like that.
Have you guys heard
another.
of B9?
Sorry, go ahead. That was
Sorry?
my big.
I was saying, have you heard of B9, Papa B's new project? I really
I've
like what
heard
they're
of
doing.
it, but what is it?
It's a security project. So like you can go, like, say you have a new project, right? You can go and submit your contract address to them. They're all security experts. They have, like, I don't know, some 20 different experts that will review your contract and then rate it for the community to let you know if it's susceptible to, rug pulls or has bad code or whatever. And it incentivizes the projects to submit their contract by awarding them B9 tokens. Um, so I like Papa B is strong on security. So I like that he is creating a place for us to go to see what these projects are really about and rewarding them for their good behavior in submitting their projects.
Yeah, that's amazing. I've been in the Telegram actually, but didn't know too much about it. But that's a really good idea, and he's really into all that kind of stuff. He's the go-to guy for everything security in the space, is what I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very knowledgeable.
Yeah,
Another
absolutely.
project that I like a lot is the TYRH coin, because they are burning a shit ton of our Pulse and Pulsex and Hex. Like every
Nice.
time somebody buys the coin, it burns. And I can't remember what their numbers are, but they're burning a lot.
The TYRH, like thank you, Richard Hart.
Yes, TYRH. Thank you, Richard
Wow.
Hart. Yeah.
That's a good name.
And Jacob's been in the community. It's another one of Jacob's projects, and he's been in the community for a long time. And his projects have proven to be really, really supportive of the RH ecosystem.
Yeah, there's a lot of projects going on. A lot of projects, a lot of meme coins, a lot of art. One of the things that is also growing is an aspect of the art of plebs. I have to give it to them. It's they're artists, they're creators. Their artwork is so amazing, and you guys, that is going to help the ecosystem eventually, because if those little drawings become very popular, it creates a wave. So it's amazing. You were talking earlier about the highest of stakes, and I think the highest of stakes for us as Hexicans, Pulsicans, everyone on the ecosystem, it is like a commercial during the Super Bowl. I think it's the greatest advertising that we could have for us as a community, and also for all of the projects within the ecosystem. So that is, it is so important. That's what I want everyone to understand. It's not just about a movie, it's about
Yeah.
everything that comes after that.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's great to see people are building and these new things coming out. Like, it's amazing. And the pulse chain is so much cheaper. We can see other communities that are also getting to know what Pulse Chain is. And our lovely Rose did point out, we did have a discussion about the Pepe community, or certain members of the Pepe community. And Richard had already said that, someone pulled 15 grand from their copy of Pepe, which is amazing money. That's like probably a third of the annual salary in some countries, or more than the annual salary. But even in Richard eyes, these people seem to be ungrateful, which is really sad. Which is another thing that Richard's probably not into it too much, because there is a lot of ungrateful people in the crypto
A
space.
lot.
And I don't know if you guys any knows, but Rose, did you want to tell us a little bit about what we saw that guy on Twitter who's a big Peppy community guy and the way he was ranting on about the Pulsechain? Did you want to explain to everyone what he was writing and our feelings towards that?
Well, I had a day where I was kind of reeling because I was on Twitter, and I've been taking a little bit of a break because I've had personal stuff going on, but I couldn't sleep, and I was up and I was on, and I saw this post that was like, yeah, we're gonna dump Pepe on Pulsechain, and I've got all these people, and we're together and we're united, and we're gonna crash this token. And I was just like, why? Why would you do that? And I literally, I got so triggered, which is, I get triggered, but I'm usually really good at holding it in. And I don't know, I just said some horrible things, and I've been getting backlash all day from it. So, I mean,
Oh, Rose,
I know, I
yeah,
feel a
wow.
little better. I apologize. You know what I
No.
mean? It's like two wrongs don't necessarily make a right. And so it's like,
You've
You
got
know what?
every right to express your opinion, and this brings us back to the community. And I know every family has its problems, and we all fight, blah blah blah. But the thing is, that kind of behavior, and what he was basically saying, as soon as Pepe on Pulsechain pumps, I know dudes that own trillions of these Pepe coin copies, and we're just going to keep dumping the shit out of it every time, which is pretty disrespectful. So Rose has gone in there and said, hey mofo, just check yourself, mate. But this is why our community has a really strong presence, and this is why we actually give a shit. We give a shit about crypto. We give a shit about the future. We give a shit about our brothers and sisters who are in crypto. We don't dump on people's heads. And this is the difference between us and them. And this is why I guess Richard Hart and his ecosystem has been so successful, because it's organic and it's more than just money to people and being ungrateful, you know. Does
There's a
anyone
lot of ungrateful people, a lot of ungrateful people. And you know what? They get you once, shame on them. They get you twice, shame on you. So we have to be more protective of the community, Pulse Chain, and the projects that we support. I want to hear about Rose. I think Rose has something to do with art. Rose, is that what I've heard? You have a project going on? What is going
so
on? I saw
yes,
it in the
the
chat. I
whole
want to hear more about that. I don't know if we
positive,
have time. I'm sorry. Sammy, do we have
yeah, we might not have
yeah,
time.
yeah, sweet.
I'll make it super quick. So I'll just be super transparent. I had reached out to Black Hexagon because she's really just recently totally built up her merch store, and she is literally such an inspiration to me. She does so much for this community, even when she's not being appreciated, and she just keeps going and going and putting in so much energy and effort and with a smile on her face. And so I've been working on this merch store for a few months, and it's just been taking a long time to get the devs to put everything together. And I reached out to her because then I was realizing wait, I don't have to be discouraged. Let me let her know one of the goals of this platform, and I've been meaning to reach out to Miriam and Claz and some other people, but I really just want to get that site up and going first before I start reaching out to too many more people. But I'm going to have a blog on the website, and my hope is that it'll be sort of like a one-stop crypto shop where, if you have at least one item on the site that you're pushing, you can write a blog article and tell your story, talk about how you got into crypto. And it doesn't even necessarily have to be art. You could be a creator, and if you have something to offer, maybe this could be a place for you where you could just come and share your story. So that's what I've been
That's great. It's
working
just
on.
like when you do the reviews, right? It's like the Google comments, reviews show up when you go on there and do the research. That's amazing. Thank you for sharing, Rose. Thank you.
So, Rose, will it be like an artist space, like for different artists to sell their product, or is that the premise?
Well, I think that would be a little complicated. So at least um, for now, just with the interfacing and it being a startup, I would say between 1 and 5 products I would be okay with putting on the site, but really for it to be a place for you to advertise yourself. I'm going to have some products that are third party products. I don't consider myself an artist. I have felt like an artist putting together some of these clothes and designing them. That's been interesting because I don't normally dabble in art. And so that's been kind of fun and different for me. But that wasn't my ultimate goal when I came up with this. I really just wanted a place where projects that I believe in on Pulsechain, they, at least back then in February and March, they didn't really have that much of a voice and a platform. And so when I embarked on this journey, I didn't think that it was going to take so long. But that's okay. You know, like it's coming
Yeah.
along. So
It sounds awesome, Rose. Well, let us know. And once you get to that point where you want to express it to the world, come on and tell the whole world, share your links, and we'll get into it with you.
thanks.
Now, regarding what I was just saying before, to come back to the other communities and what they think of Pulsechain, has anyone experienced any other communities' feedback? So I'm talking either negative or positive. Is there any other communities that you've seen?
So I kind
With
of wanted to speak on that Pepe a little bit, just because I did a space with the guy that she's talking about. I think his name is like Yazan,
that's
and yeah, and I saw his post and I did the same thing. I quote tweeted and I actually said, thank you for your service. Because what he's actually doing is onboarding people into Pulsechain. Because at the end of the day, he can say, oh, I have all these, wells lined up to come and dump on you. But you also have a huge following of Pepe holders that aren't whales, that can't afford Ethereum gas fees, that come over to Pulsechain and they sit in these spaces. Like he came into a Pepe on post space, to kind of explain why it is that he posted that or whatever. And his people came with him. And what they learned was that, hey, I have my coins over here and I got much cheaper gas fees. And this Pepe also has a community, right? Of the same meme that I know and love that I can now be a part of without wasting half my bag on gas. So regardless of, how he goes about it, you can call that outraging, right? But it is still bringing more attention and more eyes and more users to Pulsechain. And at the end of the day, that's what we want. You really think he's going to keep dumping his bag if the Ethereum Pepe is going down and the Pulse Pepe is going up? No, it's just all for
cloud.
attention. Yeah.
Yeah, good point. Good point. I mean,
I
it
agree.
is good marketing for Pulsechain, and that's what we need to do. I think, as a community, we need to market this. And of course, we've got the movie, and there's going to be other things to come. But promoting it to the other communities in different lights, and explaining the benefits and the features, which is really awesome, being 500x cheaper than Ethereum. But I think what we do need, I mean, Ethereum's been around for, I don't know, 5 years, something, and every Tom, Dick, and Harry has built everything on there. So now it's absolutely booming. But what would be great to see on Pulsechain is more building and features that are different from Ethereum. Thinking outside the square, what can we do to make this chain unique and to draw people in? I mean, I'm not a developer. Sometimes I wish I was, but I think we've got to think along the lines of that to make it stand out and be different from all the rest that are out there.
I think it has to do with the community. Just like, you think, why is people so attracted to TikTok? Because of the community, the contests that you see in there. I think the community has a lot to do with the promotion of, besides, we have the incredible quality, the prices, the whole package, and the security. Someone said on the chat, I will stick to richer heart products. Me too. But we have really good products within the ecosystem. So I think it's the package. You want to buy the best product, and I think the best product out there right now is Pulse Chain. and the richer heart ecosystem. There's nothing better out there. Affordable for people like me that I don't have the big bags to go and spend. It's like when you move to a new neighborhood. I think at the beginning was kind of like, oh, I miss Ethereum. I miss, what do you miss about paying higher for any transaction that you made? Now I'm used to living in Pulsechain. I'm used to do making transactions in Pulsechain. So I think it has to do with getting adjusted to doing everything in Pulsechain. Crypto is going the same way, up or down. Doesn't matter where you're at.
Good
So we need
point.
to learn how to deal. So
Good point. And there is a lot of active hexagons and pulsicons on TikTok, which it's great. And if you're not on TikTok now, jump on there. There's a
you are in TikTok, Sammy. You're big in TikTok too.
oh
You like
no,
TikTok.
no, I've only got
You
3,000.
and Lola. You and Lola. She likes TikTok. She
I
likes
love
it. She
TikTok, to be
loves
honest.
it.
I'm a bit of a TikTok fiend. I get on there and I just go down the rabbit hole, you know. But that is the
We need
most
to do more challenges, guys. We need to go out there and just do all the TikTok challenges. So I think that will create awareness. Just make sure you wear a logo. Make sure you wear the Hex logo everywhere you go. So
I thought you were going to say make sure you wear underwear. I'm like, good advice.
who cares? The underwear has to have the logo. If you go out there in underwear, please make sure it has the logo. That's all. So
X merch sells them.
that's right. That's
Really?
right. That's right. I hope they have my size.
So yeah, what's happening with 9-inch and liquid loans? Does anyone know? Because I know there's a few people waiting on that stuff.
Well, 9-inch finished their, I believe, their sacrifice phase a couple weeks ago. They're saying on the Telegram groups 2 more weeks. Everybody's asking when 9-inch, when 9-inch. They had, their PB token. Now there's another token coming very strong, which is the RBC token, and I think a lot of people is involved in that. um, there's a lot of contests going on. Guys, one idea that I'm gonna give you: if you don't have too much budget to get into crypto, look around. There's a lot of contests going on, and anyone could win. You're creative, so try to. If you're young, if you're an artist, if you have ideas, just go look around. There's always a way to get funds without breaking, your bank or changing your whatever your priorities are. So I'm doing that. I'm doing that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Raquel, you've also been a little bit quiet over there, looking gorgeous today. What's been happening in your world, and what have you been doing in crypto?
Well, for crypto, I mostly like DCA when I can, and kind of like what Class said, I kind of don't look at it too much if it's gonna make me stressed out. I like to relax. Just when I go out, sometimes I have like a lot of I got stuff from EcoBuilder, like stickers and cards and magnets and things of hex to put everywhere. And then I have the bathing suits from Side Effects, which is really great for the summer, and I like to wear those out. I just got a new one, so there's going to be pictures coming soon of that one too.
Wow, amazing. So these get donated to you, Raquel?
Donated, yeah. And because he wants to use hexagons for his website, so the more hexagons buy his stuff and wear it, and then he can put that on the website. And then it's a really good way for the community to help more of the community.
Absolutely, and I bet you look so sexy in those bikinis. We can't wait to see all the shots.
I did one already, and then I'm going to do a next one. And I'm just picking out what I'm going to wear. I would love to go to I'm going to enter that contest to see if I can go in Miami to the highest of stakes, and then I'm also going to go to watch it. I already bought my tickets, so I'm going to go twice, I guess, if I win.
Awesome. Are you able to share any of your photos?
About what?
Of your bikini? Like, you've already got some photos in the bikini?
I'll find it. I think I can share. I'll go get it.
Yeah.
It's
in my
While we wait for the pictures. While we wait for the pictures, guys.
That was my latest comment in the in the comment section with some raunchy stuff, because I just said I want cotton underwear that is high waisted. So now I have to go find Raquel to
Guys, while we wait for the pictures, I'll give you a list later on. I will post a list of all our sizes. we're all welcome, like free stuff. We need. Look, I don't have anything except for my hex logo and my Bride of Marry Me Richard. So we need, and that's a photocopy, guys. I need gear, so send it to me, guys. Send it. I want free stuff
None-
I
too.
like
I
to
will wear
wear,
it for you.
I
None
have
of us
a
have pants on
shirt
right
from
now.
Woody Allen
We
None of
don't
us.
have pants. We don't have pants.
None
We
of
don't
us
have
has
underwear
pants
on.
on.
Imagine that.
Just shirt.
No underwear, no
naked.
pants, just a hat
I'll
and
wear it
and a
all, and I'll
It's a
take
bear
pictures.
market. We're there, down there.
yes,
So
yes.
That was the rules to come on today. No pants. So I'm glad. Thank you for everyone for abiding.
Good
Um,
rule.
For $5,555 donation, you know what? Raquel will walk out and we'll get up so you can see the no pants. Sorry, Raquel. I will do it, but I don't think they want it. I have to use the strongest. The
I've
strongest.
volunteered.
You're the
any
strongest one.
donations for Georgia are welcome. You can find her on Twitter. I'm sure she'd love whatever you want to send to her. But that's
Yes.
Oh yeah.
so cool.
I have
Raquel.
some,
I have
like,
no
when I
shame.
made the post, I put Side Effects Store on there because he has really good stuff, like a whole bunch of really cool clothing items. They all have Pulse logos, Pulsex, Hex. He has all of them on there.
We'll be
Yeah,
All
all
right, guys, are you ready for me
billboards.
to share?
Yeah, there's nothing like free stuff. Let me change this screen so we can make you big. Let me have a look.
Okay.
I think I can. How can I do this? Oh, there's my good. Hang on. Hang on. Let's see.
I've got it down the bottom, Sammy. So I think you'll be able to bring it up.
Can I change this over? Oh, okay. You got it over down the bottom. All right. Cool.
Yeah. So if you bring everyone back, I can't bring it up into the show for some reason. I think you'll have to bring it up in.
All right. Let's have a look. All right. Yeah. You should be able to bring it in, and I can make it big.
No, I can't. I don't know why. It must
And
be
if,
I
we
haven't
get,
learned how to
and,
do that
and
or
if we
something.
get to the 5,551 views on this video, we'll all do the bikini edition.
I was thinking,
Store.
I don't know how many
Sorry, guys.
Hexicans would want to do it, but I was thinking, I said we should do like a calendar.
I thought about that later, girl. Yes, that's an idea that's been going on around for a long time. I'll take November.
Yeah, we should do like a Hex Ladies calendar.
You like January, February, March, April, June, July.
Yeah, we can do it.
You
I
should
think.
spearhead
Oh
that
wait, I
calendar.
might lose my
That's a
job.
good
Maybe
idea.
not.
Okay. You can put it in the merch store.
The guys,
They'll have to be wearing the merchandise.
Casey, you're in charge of like telling us what to do, and we'll go and take the picture.
I like how when Serena leans forward, it looks like she's naked.
I know.
Lean forward, Serena. Lean forward. I want to see you.
Special
Lean
effects.
forward a little bit more. Watch.
We have
Bumper
special effects.
bags.
You look naked now.
Right?
Wow.
Totally naked.
Hey,
Rose, you look naked too.
And I'm naked too, so the whole bottom row is just
Oh my
totally
God! No wonder she doesn't have a camera. It's a pay-per-view. Pay-per-view. If you want to see.
Hey guys, hey
That's
ladies.
exclusive content.
I think we've got some really a lot of interest in the chat so far about the calendar. So I think it's a possibility. It's a possibility we
Yeah.
could do something like that. Why not?
Calendars
be
are
curious,
really
man.
easy to make. You just need pictures. That's it.
Valentine's, Christmas. Come on, we have every month. Martin Luther King, Cinco de Mayo.
As long
Come
as
on,
I
we
can
have-
get February, I'll take it. As long as
You
I
get February. I'll get December. I'll be your Christmas baby. Jesus. I'll be like,
I'll be April.
dressed like Mary. I'll be like Mary dressed, like all like that, Like, look at me, guys. Don't I look good?
So I can wear a snowsuit.
I look I'll be Virgin Mary.
No, you could hang with the three wise men, but
That's
I
right.
don't know the Christian people. They wouldn't.
Yeah, I like to hang out with the three wise men, guys. Yes.
So we've got 10 minutes before the producers of the Hyatt Stakes are coming on, which is Grant and Patrick. Did you send them the link, Claz?
So no, I didn't, but I've got Kinetics on
wonder they're
Telegram.
not
I
here,
think if you
Claz.
send Sammy, if you send Kinetics the link, I don't know if he's watching right now, and he'll be able to forward it. Or if you send
That's
it
all
to the
right, I've
highest
got him.
stake.
Got
Yeah, you
him.
got
I've got him. I'll send it through to him now. We are going to have to kick 2 people off, unfortunately. Oh no, 1 person off. I think we can fit 10.
I'm not going anywhere. I have questions for the guys. Sorry, don't take me
That's
out.
all right.
I'm
We've
not
still got
going
10
anywhere.
minutes till they come anyway.
You know what? I gotta go.
No, Hot Face,
Oh,
stay.
bro.
Hi.
Oh, I'm just trying to be the
You're
the
the nice one. Everybody stays.
the
You know
nice
what?
one.
It's
All
like,
right.
get closer.
I
Let's
can
see if
go.
they even show up first, ladies.
I know, right?
Guys have a bad habit of doing
You
that.
better you better show up, guys. I know what I'm telling you. You have a
Raquel, mute yourself real quick and let's see if it's your sound. I'm hearing some weird sound stuff. Yeah, I think it's yours.
No, yeah, it's hard to know like where it's coming from, isn't it? Because Hodpro, you're not muted, so it's not Hodpro. I think it might be Georgia.
I think
Maybe.
it was Raquel because it just started when Sammy
Oh
said,
no, it was Raquel. It's not you, Georgia.
I'm dying
yeah,
here.
it's Raquel.
I don't have
But when you're talking Han, then obviously like unmute.
my fan is off, so obviously it's not me. My feathers, you
No,
can
it's not
see,
you.
I'm not lying. My feathers are not flying, guys.
Sammy, you're muted, Han.
Sorry. So what else has been happening in crypto? Did you see that I saw on Watch a Guru that the SEC or Gary, the SEC are going to dispute the XRP decision again, or they're going to appeal the decision on ruling out that XRP is not a security. I mean, for God's sake, it's been going for 2 years. Leave it alone already. You know, I saw so many
Legally, that's
people celebrating. Go
once
ahead.
once there's a decision by a judge, that is normal to appeal anything if it's against
Yeah.
you. If it's against you, yeah, everybody appeals. Everybody appeals. If they rule against you, or if they don't award what you have, they appeal. They have 60 days to appeal. We should be. I don't know if it's 60 days for them, but usually 60 days they have to appeal the decision of the judge with a written request, so with a writ. So let's see what happened.
Yeah.
Either way, you listen to RG talk, and I think Hex, Pulsechain, Richard Hart products, we're in the safe zone. So I don't really think we have anything to worry about, regardless of what happens there.
No, I think you're right. It's just it's sad to see them go after crypto in this way. But having said that, there was an article today in Watch a Guru where they've actually put in new legislation regarding cryptocurrency in the States. So the House Financial Services Committee has passed a bill protecting right to self-custody Bitcoin and crypto. So that's good for you guys in the US. It's protecting your bags because you guys need it. You know, the SEC is going hammer and tong after everyone over there and everything. But you're right. I mean, Pa Hexlin brought up today that there was a new, I think it was an NFT. As you might know, it was one of those monkey. I think it was one of those monkey NFTs that came out and basically was a scam and drained everyone's wallet.
Yeah, I just heard this is all third-hand information, but there's been a few sort of charts posted on the Twitter feed that it basically rugged, and I don't know the details on why it rugged, but apparently it had come from a solid founder. So I personally wasn't involved. I didn't buy any of it. Thank goodness.
Neither.
But it just goes to show, like, each time you spread your eggs into different baskets, there is always that risk. And as your basket becomes bigger and bigger, you may want to take less and less risk. Every time you push a button, you can get scammed, you can get drained. And that's part of the reason why I'm actually trying not to push as many buttons, because every time if I log into my wallet, I'm at risk. We all are, no matter how clever we are, we're all at risk. So sometimes doing less, for me, I feel like that increases my security.
Absolutely, Claire. Good point. It was actually a big influencer called Paulie who launched a shitcoin today. Some got wrecked, some made a ton of money. The primary change implemented was a direct transfer function that allows anybody to transfer anybody else's tokens to any address. So that's basically, malicious. Yeah, and it is every time you see an airdrop, and I've noticed, I get tagged every freaking day in these big accounts. So these big accounts have got 20,000 plus followers, right? And when they go out to scam, they do the fake airdrops. They change it to hex, they change it to anything else that's cool, and they'll tag you because they want to get people. So I'm just continually blocking, reporting. But be so cautious if you are going through that kind of thing, because there is so many scammers out there, and they're ready. They got big account, they got big followers. People listen to them, and they just want your money. But speaking of wallets, has anyone tried Rabby.io wallet?
I want to. I keep thinking about it, Sammy. And I definitely want to try it.
My God, Rabby wallet is amazing. If you've got MetaMask, it's so easy to use. Check it out, Rabby.io. Make sure it's the correct link, but it makes your life so much easier. It's like driving a Tesla compared to a Datsun 79 model.
You know what? Make sure that spelling's right. And if someone wants to put it in the chat, because
And I think if you're
they might put
relatively
a
new
different
to
one.
crypto, like if you've been in crypto for less than 2 years, perhaps like don't do anything new. But yeah, I think it's for the intermediate people. Like Sammy, you've been around for a long time. Like you're safe to try out new things.
Yeah.
But if you're in your first couple of years, it may not be safe for you to try like new things. That's just my opinion. But
All right, guys, we got the directors in the house. Now, we do need one person to exit. Has anyone got to leave? Because we do need a space, because we've got Patrick trying to get in. He can't get in. Is anyone?
I will.
I'll probably leave because my connection's like really, really sucky right now.
Are you sure? Make it Miriam. You sure you want to leave?
Or maybe you can go. We can take turns, go down and just wait down there for. I'll do that too. I can wait, but please.
yeah,
go.
we can swap them out. Swap us out, in and out.
I'm willing to go if I have no issues. I can watch from afar. I'm the middle, so.
People who want to go. So Miriam, if you want to go, I'll either get you back on or I'll make it up to you next show. We only got half an hour, so next show.
No, it's fine. My connection's like really, really sucky right now, so it's like glitchy.
All right, cool. All right, I'm gonna kick you out, and
you know what, Sammy? Let's do this. Why don't you bring me down to the waiting room so Miriam can ask some questions, and then you bring me up. How about that? Can you do that?
I have to kick one out. That's all.
I'll leave. Are you sure? Because I wasn't planning on coming on, and I've been sitting in here without a fan.
Whoever wants to go.
So I'll pop out this time. But thanks for having me, ladies.
All right,
and
thanks for
invite
coming,
me
Rose.
anytime.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, Rose. See you, hon.
See ya.
You too.
Okay. All right, Patrick's trying to get back in. So ladies, a big warm welcome. We've got Grant and Patrick coming soon. Hey, Grant, thanks for joining us. Thanks for coming today.
Hello. How is everyone?
Hi.
Really good. Good to see you.
Fantastic. Excited to be with you guys. And I know Patrick's on his way, and I know that Caitlin was available to join us as well, if that's a possibility. So just letting you know.
Wow, one of the ladies from the team, correct?
Yeah, she's the lead producer.
Wow, I want to see her in the stream.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Thanks for joining us. I know that Patrick was trying to get in, but we had to kick someone out for him to get in. So I don't know if you want to message him and tell him to try.
Okay,
again.
yeah, I will let him know now.
Yeah,
cool. And I know that he was on standby, and then I know that Caitlin is as well. So I don't know what the numbers look like, but just letting you know.
Yeah, cool. All right, Caitlin's trying to get in as well. We need a second person. Miriam, do you mind if I kick you out, sweetie?
I think she's frozen. There we go.
She frozen?
Miriam, do you mind if we kick you out? Can you hear me?
Yeah, actually, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and leave just because kind of, yes.
All right, cool. All right, thanks, Miriam. Thanks for joining us. Good to see you. Talk to you soon.
Yeah, Miriam. Good to see you, mate.
All right. Bye, guys.
And Sammy, if at any point there's someone else too, you can just knock my square out. I will not be.
Thanks,
I won't
Hopper.
fight ya.
It's good to see you all. It's good to see you all. Hey, Patrick. Thanks for joining
Hey,
us. Good to see you. And I know that Caitlin's coming in, trying to get in as well. She can try
Caitlin
that.
is trying to get in. Yes.
Just send her, if you can send her a message, which is, we need to get rid of one. We've had such a huge turnout today, which is always amazing to see all the ladies. But guys,
Well, people always end up showing up looking fantastic. You guys are just all like,
oh,
I am texting her right now.
awesome.
I guess you didn't get the message, Patrick. We were supposed to be dressed as Barbie, Ken. Look at we have
Hey,
Hey,
Caitlin.
Good to
Good to
see
see
the Pulse
you.
colors. It's
Hi.
almost premiere time.
Hi, everybody. I love the Barbie vibe.
You see, we are just all here. So, Sammy, it's your space. I'm gonna stop right here because I'm gonna take over. I am so excited.
No. This is
So
why we were
happy.
so excited about you guys coming on. And thanks,
I
Patrick,
can't
for reaching
control
out.
myself. I can't control myself. First of all, I want to thank you guys for taking on this amazing project for the entire I think I speak on the entire Mexican community. Thank you so much for making Reacher and the everyone look so amazing, and for doing such an incredible first class job with the highest of stakes. I am extremely proud that people like you had pay attention to people like us. So thank you. I just wanted to start with that and then take it over, ladies. I have a lot of
We
questions.
appreciate
Oh,
that. We
yes.
hope you feel the same way after next week when you all see the movie.
It doesn't matter. I'm probably not going to pay attention to everything. I'm just going to be like that looking at Richard. I have to watch The Highest of Stakes as many times as I watched Cinderella. That was 8 times. So 8 times.
Love
That's
it.
what I'm going to watch.
Well,
Yeah.
guys, congratulations. The movie's finally out. Well, it's premiering in, I believe, on the 4th of August in the States, or the 3rd of
Yes.
August.
Yep.
You have 11 sold out premiere shows, which is amazing. But tell me, are you excited? Are you thankful it's finally getting out? What are your feelings at this point prior to the premiere?
Caitlin, you've got to kick us off. Grant and I have done so many streams, and this looks like a ladies' night. So I think, Caitlin, it's time. It's your tell-all moment now.
It is. I have to say, when Kinex told me it was ladies' night, I was like, absolutely, this is the one stream I will do. Because I'm usually behind the camera. But yeah, I mean, it's a little surreal to be bringing this to life, to have people actually go to see it. We've been working on this since August of 2019. 2020 maybe.
It's a long time.
So it's been a really long time we've been working on this, and it's so exciting that people are just as excited as we are to get this out into the world. I mean, the fact that we were doing holdovers and asking for more cities, and that there's going to be additional weekends, I mean, it's just blowing our minds. And yeah, I mean, I'm excited for everybody to see it, to get everybody's thoughts, but just for it to be out there now.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess you got some of your time in your life back. Was it a hard knock? Did you guys spend a lot of time doing this?
We spent.
Go ahead, Grant. The one short way that I would put it is normally it takes a year to earn status in flight miles, and we had status by mid-March.
Oh, wow.
So 12 months worth of travel inside of 2.5 months, if that's one small indication.
Well, I lived on the road for, I don't know, I think it was almost 3 months at one point, that it was easier to stay in countries in Europe because productions were so close. And so we just go from country to country, kind of when he was doing his meetups and everything else. But like, I'll just go and hang out in Iceland for 10 days because then we're back on production and I don't want to deal with laundry. So yeah, it was a grind.
Yeah, that's amazing, guys. You must have been living out your suitcase for quite some time, missing your family and friends, all in the name of Hex and Richard Hart. It's been quite a journey for you all. And how'd you manage to land the premieres with Regal? I mean, that's a really good effort.
It was something that we knew when we took on this project, that there was so much community support for it that we needed to have something that people could go and truly experience the film. It's funny because I didn't necessarily think that it was such a big deal. And then hearing some of the biggest actors in Hollywood talk about preserving the theatrical experience. But when you watch, your movie or a movie that you're really passionate about on the big screen, it's a different experience. And so the time came where we said, okay, we need to go out and we're going to pursue this and we're going to try and make it happen so that, the community can come in and see this, because it's one thing to see it at your home and that's amazing, but to be able to see it in a big screen on the theaters, in a true, amazing theater partner like Regal, it's really, really incredible.
If you think Richard's interesting on like a 3-inch, social media screen, wait till you see him over life size. Like, oh my, right?
Yeah. We can't wait. Especially over here, in other countries, we're waiting, for it to come out here. And I believe they were saying that Regal is looking at their counterparts in other countries to bring it out all over the world. Can you guys shed any information on when it's going to come?
I don't know, Caitlin, what do you think?
We are working on it. That is what I will tell you. There are things that are happening. There are wheels in motion. We can't talk about it just yet. It's kind of like, you gotta keep it safe and make it
tell
happen.
anyone.
Bailey, I'm gonna
Yes.
teach you. I'm gonna teach you a couple of words that have worked with the Hexican community and the crypto community. You have to say the only thing you have to say. 2 more weeks.
Oh, I've heard that before. Let me tell you.
That will get you out of anything. You want to go on a date? 2 more weeks. You want to do 2 more weeks. So that will get you out of trouble.
What was the best thing about working, doing the documentary? What, was it working with Richard Hart, meeting Richard Hart? What was really a lot of fun and that you considered really rewarding making the film, the doco?
Caitlin, do you want to lead with your love for Richard Hart, or should we back into that one?
I'll go straight into it. It's going to be good.
Grant?
Well, for me, I enjoy the learning and the education in the space. So, we didn't come into this through the lens of fandom, or, we didn't come into this in the same way that you guys see Richard. So we see this story, or I see this story differently. I see this story as the opportunity to awaken people to a space that we feel that more people should be paying attention to. And so, the idea of being able to educate through doing that is really interesting to me. So every time that someone was making a discovery or was educating us, so, individually, like RG through his experiences, Big K through all of his past and, his early days in Bitcoin and everything that it means looking forward, and then following Mikey and the investment that his family has, or even our fraud investigator, Kelly, learning from Lamont and from the community what cryptocurrency is and specifically what Hex is and what it's done for those, in the community. All of those components all add to me finding this really exciting.
For me, I think it was the chess match. You know what I mean? Like, it felt like you were going up against a world-class chess player. And we really pride ourselves in our interview abilities and our research and everything else. And Richard claims to be a world champion in debating and like all of that kind of stuff. And so it was a real fun challenge to prepare for those, to, be able to take him on as a team, and really try and get to places that other people hadn't gotten to. Right, get a softer side, get a more vulnerable side, but also get backstory, get out of the talking points and get into what you need to make a feature length film that's going to be entertaining. But that chess match itself, I enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah. Caitlin, us being ladies who love and adore Richard Hart, we'd like to hear about your experience and why you love Richard Hart.
You know what? I really appreciate it. I walked into this experience truly and the Discovery shoot, and I knew nothing about Richard and had never heard of him before. And, there was one of the first few nights that we were on production when we were out to dinner, and Patrick and I were sitting across the table from Richard, and we had a really good open discussion. And I just really appreciated how, he was able to take other points of view and, have a conversation. And although we sat, and we stood on different sides of certain things, it was like a very good conversation. I really appreciated how he approached it. And I felt like that throughout all of production. He really did approach it in a way that he was very respectful. And we had a lot of good talks, which was nice. But
that's so
I have to
awesome.
say, my favorite thing about this whole experience has been the community. I mean, there's nothing like the amount of power that has come through in the last couple of weeks. It's kind of mind-blowing. We always thought it was a big thing, but like to see how everybody's shown up, it's been like nothing we could have ever expected.
That is so cool to hear. And it would have been amazing to meet Richard. We were all, I've been watching Richard since 2017 and know that he's a unique character. And I can't wait to see the movie. And I bet you it was awesome to hang out with him. And I love that you guys really get along because he's a super cool guy. I've been hogging all the questions and we only have half an hour. So I do want to shut my flapper for a minute and offer the other ladies to come in and ask some questions.
I've got one question. So this is posed to all of you. What was it like at the French chateau with Richard and the ladies?
I was not there. I was at my brother's wedding, so I'll leave that to Grant and Patrick.
What was it like that we can officially say on the record, on stream, with the person that manages our PR listening? I think that might have to be a no comment.
Yes.
How about over the top? Huh? How about that? How about over the top?
Love it.
It was so over to the top. There's the butler there, there's the chef, and it was planned and dreamed as like the end of the movie. Like we're all going into it. This is going to be our last production together, right? Pulsechains may or may not launch in the future. At the point that we're doing this is our last production together. And so we're going to go big. Richard wants a chef and he's going to have a butler. He's going to have all these things. But like, we thought that they'd have one steak to share, like one tomahawk, and like everybody got one. Several of the ladies at the table are vegetarian. You know what I mean? And they're getting a $200 steak in this massive thing. And like, it just was so mind-blowing, over the top in terms of, there was, and I guess y'all haven't seen the movie yet. But when you see the movie, you'll see the scene, and there's like a magician that comes out of nowhere. There's like all that don't even make the movie. That was all just part of like this insane evening and experience that they had. So it was definitely wild to be there.
It's awesome.
That's fantastic.
I have a question. It's sort of two questions, but I'll try to make it kind of quick. But there's a writer's strike right now going on, and there are people at Netflix right now that are actually going out there and I guess holding signs and whatnot. And so that's interesting. But including that Netflix scenario and the fact that you kind of have a personal army, like what can we do to help this whole thing get out other than sell out? Any ideas?
That's the thing. I mean, honestly, is help us sell this out and continue to demonstrate the demand. I mean, it's incredible to see it, but that's really the thing. And, when we sat and looked at everything strategically, that was what it was. It was like, we've got to show people that there is a market for this. And we've got to show the streamers that this is a story worth sharing. And so being able to say, hey, look at these box office numbers. How have you ever seen a cryptocurrency documentary or even a documentary that's selling out theaters and selling out screenings? So the more that we can do that and go big, the more that we have in our arsenal to then continue to, have those conversations.
Yeah. And I think, Caitlin won't want us to share, too many details of what happens behind the scenes. We can say that it's not just about, it's everybody going to theaters, but Caitlin and the PR teams then use all of that to share with people strategically, right? So like every time these things happen, and it's all about how can we get more people to pay attention. And, we got an awesome review of the film today. right? And like all of those things. And I think Altcoin Daily picked Texan as one of their coins for August and mentioned the film's release. And so like things are coming out, and then it's up to Caitlin and the PR teams to then leverage all of that to get other people to pay attention and keep that ball rolling. But it's a very, I guess what I'm trying to express is a very active process behind the scenes, even though we can't really disclose all of those things that are happening.
Yes, and there are a lot of people who are making that happen. There's a lot of people, Nerd Girl is someone that we're talking to daily who's helping to support us. I mean, there's a lot of people, Kinetics is involved, so everybody continuing to support everybody who's helping the effort and really bringing the visibility here.
Yeah, that's amazing.
The one other thought there is that I know that, there's a lot of things that you could do online, but it all needs to have some congruency to the truth of the documentary, which means that, you can't just go out and promote the documentary under any framing, right? It needs to remain true to what it is. This is not a puff piece, right? As an example. And so in order to help steward that, I know that there are some people who have created an address where they'll be using those funds to create some marketing that are on message with what the film is. And so if that's something that you would be interested in supporting, that's a way to do that, right? It's a way of us making sure that we can help give guidance to some of that level of support that people are wanting to see in terms of, bus posters or billboards or placement, top of mind kind of stuff in big actionable ways.
Yeah, for sure. And I believe Westcott, Chris, Crypto, and your friend Sammy just got a donation address. Well, I think they raised over $5,000 because they wanted to put it on WorldStar or put some shorts on WorldStar. Do you guys know about WorldStar, and what do you think about that idea?
So I know that they have been working on it. I'm not super familiar with WorldStar, but I think where we are concerned, it's let's bring it out big and continue to support. So we really appreciate everybody and every effort and different perspective that they're bringing to the table of how can we get this out there.
Oh, and I think David Morales, I think it is, on Twitter, I mean, he'd put up 30 posters across the city and took photos today. Like that kind of like wild, just all kinds of different grassroots efforts. Somebody tweeted us today that they wanted to donate 10 tickets and that we could pick the city and they would just give them out. Like they would donate the money and we could just give them out. So like a lot of different ways people are contributing, some big, like the fundraising, and we'll see what that does. And then some, just putting up posters and knocking on doors and, inviting people to actually come to the theater.
And I think inviting, like when we envisioned, and what's special about, going to the theaters for the folks who can is bringing their community, their friends, their family, is being able to bring this outside of the walls of the Hex community and really bringing new folks in to get to experience it. And some folks who may not, if they didn't know about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I know you guys can't see me, but I can see you, and it is good to see you guys again. I've met
it's good to see you.
Brett and Patrick and Caitlin. We've talked on the phone a couple times. So kudos to you guys and all the work that you're doing. I'm excited for your premiere on the 3rd, and I'm wondering, are you guys going to be putting out any content to kind of show us, who showed what they wore, all that kind of good stuff?
I love a best dressed. I believe we are. I don't know what that timetable is, but I know that we're going to have a lot of content from BTS of the premiere. Anything
we will definitely have photos and videos and that sort of thing that will go out the day after. And we did get Richard's support in releasing his opening video after the actual premiere. So the night of the premiere, we get to release that on Twitter. And then we'll be sharing as much as we can. There's going to be a lot of people there with a lot of different cameras too. What about your wire photographer, Caitlin? How does that work?
Yep. So we've brought in BFA. For anybody who's familiar with them, there's 2 event photography groups, Getty and BFA. What happens is the next morning, those photos all get published on what's called The Wire. So they're all online. So if anybody's interested, we'll tweet out the gallery and you can see everybody on the red carpet.
Nice.
Fantastic. Can't wait. Can't wait. Wow. So it's been a long journey for you guys. Finally over. What couple of years it's taken? 2.5 years. I know that you guys included the Pulsechain launch in the movie. Was that something you were waiting on? Because I know January was the expected finishing time for the doco. Did you change that because you wanted to wait for the Pulsechain launch?
We were finishing the film and working through sales and distribution, and then things started happening. And so, we would have been proceeding in other directions had it, been 2 more weeks, so to speak. But basically, where we were at, we decided to pivot because Grant and I were feeling very strongly like a more resolute ending would be more powerful for people. As opposed to leaving it as will he or won't he, and that whole thing. It just kind of left you hanging a little bit more than we would like. Well, it still leaves you hanging. Now it leaves you hanging with the launch and where does this go and who's right. So when we knew it was going to happen inside a window that was reasonable for updating, editing, everything else had to be done. I think we were all in. Caitlin, I don't know. I think all of us were like, no, like there's a little bit of resistance because it's like you've been at this thing for years, you know what I mean? And it's like, okay, here we go. But I think we all knew we had to do the thing, like he needed it.
Yeah, absolutely.
There was always the tease of, even almost to the day of the launch, there still was the tease of like, is it really right? And you can't play that cat and mouse game, to infinity. So we had always hoped that was a possibility, but we were subject to the timing of the actual launch of the product. So I'm really excited that it's included in the film. I think that the film is stronger for it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And you said before that you were new to the crypto ecosystem, new to Richard Hart when you found him and you filmed him and filmed the movie. Was any of you in crypto prior, or has this opened up your eyes to crypto? And what do you think of crypto now that you've met Richard Hart and met the community?
I mean, yeah, I will say I was brand new to the point where like Richard taught me how to open a wallet. So that's how new I was when we first met.
Brent, actually, wasn't it Brent?
No, it was Richard.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
and so, it was wild to then dive into this world, and then the amount of subsequent conversations that have come up like randomly, when you're like chatting with a cab driver on your way home from the airport about crypto and what this is bringing to the world and how it's going to change the idea of money and our relationship with it in the future. And I mean, it really has opened up my eyes in so many ways. It's something where like I always knew it existed, but I was like, oh, it's that thing over there. And I think we all believe that it's something that is going to change the future in a very large way.
Are you a Hexican now, Caitlin?
Let's say I love the Hex community.
Then you're I you can't say too much.
You can never leave. You're here forever.
It's like Hotel California. I hate to say it, but you open the door.
I love it. Love it. Grant, Patrick?
I love crypto now. I mean, it's I'm all the time checking it out, learning more. Across.
That wasn't the question. That was not the question.
No.
The question is, are you a Hexican?
No, the answer was intentional, though. No, I would not identify as a Hexican. Although I will echo Caitlin's sentiment that we very much appreciate the Hexican community, and it's been wild, and call many Hexicans friends, but no, would not self-identify as a Hexican.
Yes, another project coming.
I have to say that too.
He needs to hold on. He needs to hold on. Grant. He needs to leave the doors open because these are going to be the best producers, directors, film crew for any upcoming crypto project. So You have the right answer. I'm sorry for the interruption, Grant. Go ahead.
No worries at all. Yeah. Yeah. So I think that, my analogy would be that I love the game and I'm not choosing a team, right? Like I'm a big fan of the game of crypto, but I'm not going to put on a jersey that says I only support this team. So that's my feeling and thought on it.
Clever. It's always good to diversify and spread your eggs into different baskets. But as a hexagon and being in crypto for a while, you're in the best ecosystem. I know you've met Richard Hart, but on observation and watching a lot of crypto stuff, he's one the smartest or one of the smartest dudes in crypto. And it's awesome that you're getting into it and could be part of it. And I think everyone watching the movie, if they can at least get in and find the uniqueness that a lot of us have found in it and be able to make money, then that you're making people's lives better. You're creating opportunity for people. So it's a really exciting time. I just want to say, Vanilla the Hexagon, thank you for your super chat, $50. That's amazing. And Discourse Syndicate, appreciate that. And I know Kinetics is in the chat waiting for you guys to come in. We've got 4 minutes to go. So before we say goodbye to these lovely ladies and gentlemen, is there anything else that you guys want to chat about with them?
Yes, I have a lot of questions, but I'm going to resume those questions. Are we going to see the highest of stakes reloaded or two? Because I think I've heard Capitan saying that there's a lot of things that could be more. Are we going to have a reality show about the Hexagon community? Did you see two toothbrush in Richard's bathroom? And Caitlin, is he a good kisser?
So first question, I will say we are exclusively focused on getting one and getting it out into the world. We know how many people want to see it internationally, so that is where our eyes are. And had a good time with Richard, but I've been in a relationship for 12 years, so thank you.
I lasted 20. You're blonde and blue eyes and dark eyebrows, so you qualified, and you're an amazing woman. Thank you so much for representing the ladies of Hex or the ladies in crypto, because you're in crypto. So it is an honor to have you and all the ladies from your team too. I understand that the Highest of Stakes has many other ladies on the team, and I believe you say there's some Latinas also.
Sí, I'm a Latina. Yes, and very proud of all of the women that we have on our team and that brought this project to life. And it's amazing to see you ladies leading the charge and having all of you come together. I mean, it's something that we're really passionate about, and so it's amazing to see. So thank you.
Thank you for answering my question. No toothbrush, right?
I don't know. I didn't go. I wasn't there.
2 minutes to go, guys. Anything else you wanna add to this? Because they're precious time. They are on schedule for the next show. Go ahead, Hot Pro.
All right. No matter what team you're on, and I know you have an army of hexagons behind you, but thank you for making a documentary about crypto in general. Right, a lot of people don't know about crypto, let alone we're in the tertiary rabbit hole of actually having one that's our favorite. But it's very important. I think it's more important that people realize that someone is even focused on the whole subject in and of itself. So thank you very much for doing that.
Yeah, thanks, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Well, guys, we're going to wrap it up because Kinetics is patiently waiting for the 3 stars here. Can't wait to watch the movie, guys. Really, I'm looking so forward to it. I can't wait till it comes out here to Australia so me and Clays get to watch it. But wish you the best of luck. Thank you again. It's so exciting and it's going to be awesome. I just know it. And congratulations on your success. If you guys want to say anything before we exit?
Just thank you guys. Thank you, ladies, for being such incredible hosts and such a warm welcome. And it's just been great to be here. So thank you.
Thanks
And
for
get ready
coming.
for one heck of a week. Next
Oh,
week
yeah.
is going to be wild.
We
Oh,
welcome
man.
any time to come back and see us because it was lovely meeting you guys, and we're just excited as you are. So come back anytime, and thank you so
Amazing.
much.
Thank you,
Thanks.
guys.
Thank
Thanks
you.
everyone else for watching, and thank you all you beautiful ladies for showing up every week. You know I love you guts, and hang around if you want to chat in the green room. All
Lola
right,
loves you guys. Lola loves you too. Lola's not here, but she's down too.
and Lola loves you too. Take care. See you later.
Thanks, guys.
Five, four, three, two, one.